Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Monday, October 30th, 2023. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with each of them. In doing the puja, we are connecting with some of these light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and also into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table here. Also, for doing the puja, I have a container of water, a lit tea light, an incense stick, a bell, a raisin, a tangerine, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I start with taking a few drops of water and sprinkling them on all four sides of the blackboard chart to purify the space for where the puja is happening. I put a few drops of water on top of my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space, symbolically towards all of you, whether you're watching it live or later on a replay, so that everyone is purified going into the puja. We start with invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and also is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of the participants, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our life. I ask him to remove obstacles for us now and always, and I thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atihar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atihar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atihar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Yanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now we turn our attention to the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet ruling the day. Today is Monday, ruled by the moon. I put flower petals on the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Dr. Pillai also associates Rahu with Monday. We put flower petals on Rahu. This morning, Rahu and Ketu made a transit. Rahu moved from Aries into Pisces, and Ketu moved from Libra into Virgo. I put flower petals on Rahu for being associated with Monday. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. Right now, the moon is in a star called Kritika, a star that gives blessings for truth. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. The moment in my area, we are in the second waning moon, called Dwitya in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dwitya Devye Namaha. Om Dwitya Devye Namaha. Om Dwitya Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet ruling the hour, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the Karana time elements. For these, Dr. Pillai said we would not use flower petals. We would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Varian, which has energies that give luxurious comfort. Varian, Varian, Varian. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Garisha, which brings energies of increased effort. Garisha, Garisha, Garisha. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We start by looking at the sign that is the ascendant, represented here with the letters AC. This is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. This is Tula, or Libra. Dr. Pillai said we start with honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture to his importance at the moment. Libra is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, stopping in each sign that has 1 or more planets in it. Today in Libra is the Sun, Mars, and Mercury. All 3 of them are in the same star. So we will honor all 3 of them before we invoke the star. I start with honoring the Sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we honor Mars for being in Libra. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor Mercury for being in Libra. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. The Sun, Mars, and Mercury are all in the same star, which is Swati, a star that can give blessings for independence. I put the flower petals across all three of them. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, archetype associated with the wind and the air element. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that can give blessings for balance, fairness, harmony. Today containing the sun, which is our soul, and a planet important for our health and our self-esteem, and Mars, planet of courage and willpower, and Mercury, planet that gives blessings for communication, business, our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto. I put flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities. Today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign, we reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience, compassion, structure, and perseverance. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Neptune, who is retrograde and extra powerful, and Rahu. This is the first morning we have with Rahu after he made his transit into Pisces. I start with honoring Neptune. Again, he's retrograde, extra powerful. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can give blessings to help us towards enlightenment, charity, purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor Rahu for being in Pisces. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Rahu is in a star called Revati, a star that can give blessings for wealth and for travel. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Revatiye Namaha. Om Revatiye Namaha. Om Revatiye Namaha. Revati's star is ruled by Pushan, a divine archetype who takes care of the cows of the gods. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Pushanye Namaha. Om Pushanye Namaha. Om Pushanye Namaha. Revati's star is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that can help with our intuition and help us to understand our own inner life. And Rahu, planet that can help with making friends with new technologies, can help us with thinking outside the box. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi, or sign with the planet in it, is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Jupiter, who is retrograde and extra powerful, and Uranus, who is also retrograde and extra powerful. We start with honoring Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as the yoni, a symbol representing the female private part. This is a star that has a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Bharani Namaha. Om Bharani Namaha. Om Bharani Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. He is retrograde and extra powerful. I put flower petals on Uranus. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Uranus is in a star called Kritika, a star symbolized as a razor or a cutter, a star of truth. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika's star is ruled by Agni, archetype associated with the fire element. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Kritika's star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energy, today containing Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, can help with expansion of wealth, and help with everything related to banking or legal matters. And Uranus, a planet that can help with creative abilities and can help with higher intelligence, and also astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign that has a planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains the moon. We honor the moon. I put flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in Kritika star. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by Agni, the archetype associated with the fire element. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus. Excuse me for just a second. We reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and a great love of luxury and comforts, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Simha or Leo, which today contains Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Purva Palguni, a star that gives blessings for relationship and also for rest and relaxation. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Purva Palgunaye Namaha. Om Purva Palgunaye Namaha. Om Purva Palgunaye Namaha. Purva Palguni star is ruled by Bhagya, a star that can give blessings for good fortune. Om Bhagyaye Namaha. Om Bhagyaye Namaha. Om Bhagyaye Namaha. Purva Palguni star is ruled by Venus. I put more flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Leo, which is the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Simha or Leo, a zodiac sign that can give blessings for leadership and power. Today containing Venus, planet of diplomacy, planet of love and beauty, planet of enjoyment of the arts, and luxurious comfort. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The final Rasi or sign today that has a planet in it is Kanya or Virgo, which today contains Ketu. This is the first morning of Ketu's transit into Virgo. He will be here, and Rahu will be in Pisces for about 18 months now. They'll be there for quite a while. We honor Ketu. I put flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Chitra, a star that can give blessings for creativity and craftsmanship. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Tvashtar, archetype, who is a divine master craftsman. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Virgo, which is Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya, or Virgo, the most analytical and detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it in my right hand, and I hold it above the chart that has the little flower petals on it. And I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction in the air, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet fragrance. And I circle this around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I take a tangerine, a small fruit representing the earth element, and I circle this around the chart 3 times. Later in the day, I will eat this tangerine as a piece of prasad, or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking all of them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come, and I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. I see that Barbara has asked a question in the chat. Barbara, I'm not going to even read this question out loud, as I think it will be a complicated answer, and it's more than I want to do in this particular setting. There is a karma if I start to go into something and totally confuse people, and I really don't find this the right setting for addressing all of that question. For the Rahu-Ketu transit, I would say it's more important for all of you, if you're going in depth and looking at how it affects you, to look at what is your moon sign, and maybe go over to the AstroVed channel and listen to the predictions for the Rahu-Ketu transit based on your moon sign. That would be more helpful for you than me trying to stumble through trying to answer Barbara's question in 30 seconds. So that would be my suggestion for what would be productive for Barbara and for all of you, would be to look at how does this transit affect you relative to your moon sign. On AstroVed, there are free reports. If you don't know your moon sign, you can run a report to learn your moon sign and then listen to what the predictions are based on your moon sign for the Rahu-Ketu transit. Again, Rahu and Ketu are going to now be, Rahu will be in Pisces, Ketu will be in Virgo for the next 18 months. I am doing a fire lab tonight through the Manifest with Fire program to honor the Rahu-Ketu transit. I think I put the link for that into the chat. I'll put it there again. This is a paid fire lab, but you could purchase it as a one-off if you felt strongly that you needed to do something for the transit and you hadn't already signed up with AstroVed or your local temple. Okay, so that's where I am with answering that question. I have a responsibility to not complicate or confuse people, and this setting I can only say so much in a short amount of time. Okay, that's the question that we had. Barbara, you don't need to apologize. You don't have to apologize for asking a question. Just allow me to indicate whether I can answer that question here or not. As long as you're okay with me having to say to you, I can't answer that here, that's fine. You don't have to apologize to anybody for asking a question. Questions are always fine, and I'm allowed to either table them, answer them, or say that I'm not going to answer them. As long as we have that understanding, Barbara, feel free to ask whatever you want here. All right. So now I will let you get about your day, your evening, wherever you are. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Please click on the like button if you like the program, as it helps the program to get shown to other people. And also click on the subscribe button, as that helps the channel to grow. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.